capacity is the key issue, because we still have the extraordinary need for people to get. Most of the people in this region using the commuter rail system are still trying to get into the core of the region the day during work and then to leave in the evening. And when I say most, I'm really talking about, the ratio is about 100 to 1. The capacity is the key thing. And as we build the Gateway Tunnel and double the capacity under the Hudson River so that we can go from roughly 24 to 48 trains an hour coming from the west into Penn Station, we need to have a train station that can handle that. We're not opposed to through running because regional connectivity would be a good thing over the long term, but it will not solve the capacity issue by itself. In fact, it doesn't really do that much, I think, and probably Blair and I disagree here, but when we've looked at the alternatives for increasing capacity at Penn Station, through running is actually kind of a non-factor. What will change it is reducing dwell time at Penn Station. Andy talked about that. And the plan that's being talked about would do some very important things that would allow trains to come through Penn Station somewhat faster. By taking out the Infosys Theater, they are able to eliminate some of the columns going down to the platforms, which creates more space at the platforms, which allows for more staircases and escalators, which allows people to get up and down more quickly, and will reduce, I think, by some amount, the amount of time that trains need to spend at Penn Station. My guess is that we're talking about a range of somewhere between 2 to 8 trains per hour additional capacity that can be squeezed out of the existing footprint of Penn Station. That's my best guess right now. There may be people in the room who have insider information that's better than what I have, but that's what we think is probably possible in the range, which leaves us somewhere between 16 and 22 trains an hour short of the capacity that Gateway delivers. And so where I disagree with my friend Andy Byford, frankly, is I think that it behooves us, as they move forward with trying to figure out this Penn transformation plan, which has a lot of great elements in it, also has some concerns, how it's going to get paid for, and other things. But we have to be thinking long-term about the capacity issues, too. And I think it was a mistake to shut down the study thinking about what those options are. And to be clear, nobody had ever picked, the railroads had not picked an alternative they preferred, because just as Andy pointed out, until we know what kind of capacity we can get out of the existing Penn Station, we don't know what kind of capacity we're trying to solve for with any kind of alternative. And that's why there's no plan right now, nor should there be, for that. But I think to kind of ignore that issue and think that through running will solve this problem is misinformed. There is one thing that all the operators seem to agree on, which is that through running will not solve this problem by itself. And in fact, the solution will come by some combination of improvements to Penn Station that reduce the dwell time, not by through running, but by doing other things that allow trains to get in and out faster, and then figuring out what else needs to be done.